Hello. I just felt like being dramatic. How's everybody doing? Okay, hopefully this is all live and everything's working. I'm gonna wait a second to make sure everything is working right. I'm watching this on my phone and it looks like it's very behind, so I wonder if I have a delay on. Something's wrong with the stream. That's fun. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully everything seems good, everything sounds okay. Let me finish getting stuff set up. I can take this off now. I was wearing that for ResolveCon. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? I'm doing fantastic. ResolveCon has been fantastic this year. I've been a little bit busy with I'm trying to take a little bit of stuff. I'll just be live for like an hour just during the break. Don't worry. I will end this stream before 5 so everyone can just hop back over to Resolve after this. Don't worry. I'll end this beforehand. Sorry, no. No, I'm not a part of ResolveCon. I'm so sorry. I am my own thing. It's been awesome. I've been really busy with my own stuff, so I haven't been able to watch everybody's stuff this year. But I watched Mr. Alex Tech as I was setting up this morning's video, and a bunch of cool stuff has been happening since then. I could tell you who if I had it up right now, but I don't. Let's go ahead and jump into this because we only have an hour and there's a lot to get into. I don't know if anyone saw, but during one of the breaks earlier today, I also released a video that was going over how to use the new macro creator. This video is going to actually be officially releasing the new macro creator. For right now, let's go ahead and show a couple of things off. So when you're in Resolve, you're able to, even if you have an empty comp, you're able to open up the macro creator. Is it not working right now for whatever reason? Oh, sorry. I forgot that I did this. Okay, let's start from the beginning. When you get the new macro creator, you're going to want to install it. And when you buy the macro creator, you're going to get a key, and it's going to send it to your email. You're then going to find a website like this one right here, and you're going to find your type of computer, and then use the command in the terminal that I tell you. So if you're on Windows, you use PowerShell. So I'm going to show you that method. But the other two, just use your command prompt or terminal, and just run this in sudo, and you should work fine. And then you also have to use your authentication key when you're before you're able to actually use the new macro creator. So on Windows, we can come down here to the search, and we can just type in PowerShell. And we can either right-click this and run as administrator, or come down here and run as administrator. You couldn't see that, but it asks you for authentication, so it can make sure that you are you. And then you can paste in your command. And then we can just press enter to run it, and it will locate all of the correct files. It's not going now. Come on. Internet, is there a problem? I don't know why it's not working. So sorry, everybody. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I have pressed enter really hard. So it's going to install some folders, and then it's going to download the files into the correct locations. And then it will just tell you when it's done, and it will also give you a finish time so that you know if you ever need to reinstall it for an update or anything, you'll know the last time you installed it. But after that, we can go ahead and close that. Now in Resolve, we can come up here to Workspace, Scripts, come down here and find Fusion Pixel Studio, the new macro creator, and then it will ask you for your information. It'll ask you for a key and for the email you signed up with, or the email that you bought the tool with. So I'm going to do this off camera because this is personal information. You should not share this with anybody. Let me fix my window. So I'm going to hop back over here so you can only see my face. But you'll want to put in your key that you'll get in email, and also your email that it was sent to, if it wasn't clear. Welcome everybody to the stream. I'm looking forward to everybody trying this out and hopefully nothing going wrong. Um, all right, and then after you put in your information, you can press authenticate. It may take a quick second, but then you'll load straight into the new macro creator. And I don't have anything in the comp, so nothing actually loaded in here. But if there was stuff in the comp and you're getting ready to export something, then it will load all the tools and it will tell you what's loading, so you can see everything that's actually happening. So you're not just confused why nothing's sitting and why it's just sitting there doing nothing. So we can come up here and I'm going to open a macro. Now, for right now, macros that you're opening should only be the ones that are made within this tool or within the confines that this tool makes macros. Because there are certain things I need to work on to update this to allow it to use and import macros that can get anything possible from a macro. But right now, it is limited to just stuff that the new macro creator can do. But I will be updating this really frequently after the release, so don't worry. These features will be coming in the next months or so. So don't worry. If you buy this, you'll see these features very soon. So we can come up here and open the macro, and I'm going to come down here to desktop, the new macro creator download files. These files are what you're going to be getting when you download the new macro creator. So you get a zipped file just like this. We're going to come over here to examples. My brain shut off for a second. Plain macros, and we're just gonna open up this one right here. This is the character rigger that is also available on Reactor. And also, if you saw earlier today, I did a video going over how to use this tool, and I showed off how to turn this into this macro. So if you want to watch how we did that, I posted that video earlier today. And this this tool is also available for you to download for free on Reactor. Not the new macro creator, but Flow Character Rigger. And I don't have an example available currently, but you're able to put in different parts of a character. Go watch the video from earlier today to actually watch that, but I just wanted to show off opening really quick. If you don't have the nodes in the comp, it will load in all of the nodes automatically for you. But if we close this, and if we have nodes in the comp, even if there's not the same nodes in the comp, and we try to load in the same thing, well, first off, there's the loading sequence for when you have nodes in the comp. And you also see other things that happen, like when you click into here, you get to see colorful things over here that happen. Learn about that in the tutorial that I did earlier today. But if we try to open up a macro again, we go down here to desktop, go back to our examples, and go down here to plain macros, and check out this again, and we try to open this again. It doesn't add in the nodes again, but it loads in all the controls, and everything comes in as it's supposed to. So there you go. Nothing seriously has changed, but this is exactly how it's supposed to be. And we can even come up here, go down here, and we can save this to clipboard just to quickly test this. And this will always save this as a group, just so it's easier to test with. So if you need to open it up, you'll be able to edit your nodes if need be before, fidgeting around in your main comp, like this one right here. But we can minimize this to save all of those settings if we ever need to re-export it. But we can come into a new composition, and we can see if our macro was exported correctly, or if we want to change how it looks. And I just put it on in our clipboard, so we can just do a Control V, and it pastes in with our page, both of our pages with our icons, just as we showed off in the video from earlier today. Even the colorful name that we have for this label, we have our transform node, and we have all of our joints right here. And if we plug this in, we can see everything seems to be working right. With all of these don't have the names that we created, but if you export it with the exporter, then you'll get the names of each of the inputs as you set them. But just if you copy this out to your clipboard and try to do testing, it won't actually have those settings. I might do it in the future to where it actually saves those internally when you open up a macro, so it knows to fill those back in. But for right now, you'll have to redo that. But once again, this is a developing tool, and I just been releasing it so that everybody can get it and try it out. Let me know if you guys want new features, new suggestions, anything that you guys want. I will look into making. And of course, if there's any bugs, I will fix those as soon as I can. There's already a couple of bugs that I am aware of that I have available for you guys to look at on the support hub, which if you open it up in the new macro creator, over here there is a macro creator info support hub. If you open it up on a web page, it just brings you to this site here. You're able to get, can you guys see this? Let me see. Yeah. You're able to get information like version comparisons between the light, the full, and like the weekly plan. You can see the options are different for each of them. And then we can see a whole page about the new macro creator and all the thank yous. And once again, you guys can see all these thank yous. Everybody here, it was amazing. And I might have missed people. If I did miss you, please let me know. I will put you on this list. And we have a bunch of other information for you guys to check out. But if you guys have not seen that video, what do you guys want to see about this that I have not shown off yet? Because I'd love to know whatever you guys would love to see. Oh, buttons are definitely added. Let me show off those real quick. I'm just going to show this off for an example, but this has already been a finished macro before, but I can just show it off creating certain controls. So we can create a button. We can create a button and a macro, I guess. This is a macro creator. And we can just give this button a name, just any name that you want. So we'll just call it button. Why not? And we can give it a width. We'll just say 0.5, and we can put code straight in here. And this is a big block, so we can see all of the code we're typing in. And it will format it. Hold on, I have to think about what I'm typing now. And we'll format it just like a code editor would if you're like using VS Code or something. So this is really easy to use for typing in big blocks of code to do a bunch of operations like hiding nodes, disabling nodes, and all that kind of stuff. Super nice and easy, and we can just add it. And it just adds the button right here. It doesn't add any information in here right now, but in the future, I'm planning on expanding this to allow more things to be quickly available for you to edit in this window. But once again, as of right now, we're starting off a little bit smaller on the functionality of this preview at the moment. Don't worry. What else do we want to see? Oh, we can also, I guess, since we're still on the idea of buttons, we can also edit button code anywhere in the comp, along with expressions and text. So let's go and look at button code first. So if we click on the button code, it'll load in the nodes, and it's going to load in the macro. And we have button print hello world is a macro control right over here. And if we scroll down, we're going to see on our controls node, we have print hello is a button. It's the same exact button. So if we click either one of these and change this, if I can type it incorrectly, we can update the control. It'll load for a second, and then it'll have shown the updated thing. We can close that, and if we open up our console, we might see an error or two. Don't worry. Oh, no, we don't. Nice. We can see we made this 0.5, so it's half size. We print this, it says, hello ResolveCon. So how's it going, guys? Hope you're enjoying it so far. And we can also do the exact same thing for expressions, but I don't think I have any expressions in here, so I can't show that off. But you also can do that for expressions and text, which I also don't have that in here. Besides like comments on nodes in the settings tab. What other features would you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see any other controls being added? What else are you guys curious about before I actually put this thing to be public? Hi Dennis, how's it going? What do you want to see about? What do you want to see from the new macro creator that I haven't shown off yet? If you've been here, how's everyone doing? Is everyone doing good? All right. No responses to my question means either people are typing or there's just no answer to the question. So I guess let's go ahead and start making things public. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the light version. And you guys can actually go ahead and find that down in the description. I'll go ahead and make that public now. And I'll go ahead and hop over to the paid version really quick and just make that public as well. So there you go. Go ahead and check those out down there on the very top of the description. If you check the very top link, you get to see the main page that lists every single detail about the new macro creator. And below that, you also get to see the light version. And I also have them available on Ko-fi that you guys can also check out via the links down below. Hope all of that works out for you. And if there's any problems, once again, use the buttons on the new macro creator and they will lead you to the correct directions. It's going to take you to a Google form to send me information about what the problem is. And you guys can update me as to how you guys got there. Thank you so much, Justin. Adding images. Oh, yes, I do add images in there. Give me 1 second to add the pro version on Ko-fi to be available as well. Save and publish that. Okay, let me go and show off adding images because those are really cool too. So I'll go and show off adding like inline images so you guys can see those because those are like easy enough to show off. So we can come up here and add. We can go down to image and we can just select image from our armada of images. It'll take us to the last folder we had open. We can come down here to downloads and I'm just going to choose my logo right here in this downloads folder. Sure. Open that. We can give it a preview name. Please give it a preview name. Otherwise, things are going to break. I don't think I have a way to prevent this at the moment. I meant to add that. Just so I'm going to call this FPS logo because that's, you know, Fusion Pixel Studio's logo. You can make it a header image, which will put it up here above the controls tabs, or you can keep it as just an inline image, which is, as we add it here, you'll see, just adds inline with your controls. And if we look back at the window, it says the ideal size is 355 by 123 pixels, and the height is sort of changeable, but keep in mind the higher you go, the more space you're taking it from the controls. So that's always a good way to think about that. Anything else you guys want to see? But, you know, if you guys make it a header, then this will be up here, just to clarify that. But anything else you guys were curious about? I'd love to show that off. But otherwise, you guys can check out the new macro creator down below. Also check out the tutorial link. I don't know if it's actually in the description. Let me add that maybe. Let me check that out. Can I add that from here? Edit title and description. Is it here? It's not here. Hold on, I can't see you guys. Has everyone found it down below? Both the light and the free version should be down there, but let me also go ahead and get the link to the tutorial so it's easy for you guys to find. I'll actually drop that in chat if you guys are curious to find that, but also put that in the description of this stream as well, so it's easy to find. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can find that. If you guys don't see that, refresh the page, but also feel free to use that link in the chat. So this also creates logs, which you can find if you come up here to edit. It's not going to be on Gumroad anymore. I was originally going to have it on Gumroad, but I changed my mind because I didn't really want to use Gumroad much anymore. Nobody was really using it. There's like maybe one download a month. So I was like, might as well just use my other two websites that are working fine. But if you guys are curious about the logs, you guys can come over here to the edit tab on the new macro creator. Come on down here to open logs and it will open up a folder for you that will look just like this. It will give you the version number, macro creator, the year, and the month. When you open this up, you're able to see a bunch of information that was stored about the stuff you did when you opened it up. when you use the new macro creator. Sorry. So it'll tell you like how long certain things took. It'll tell you what it did behind the scenes, and it will tell you like back-end information. And in the future, it will also be telling you specific things about errors. So if you don't see anything in the console, then most likely something will maybe just in the logs. There are a few quirks with moving controls, to be fair. Things are not perfect, unfortunately. Certain things, so because we have labels that will nest in the preview, certain things can break. So if you try to move controls like through into a nested label, it will not work. And if you try to move controls like past a nested label, like you're able to do that if you close a nested label and move it up, it won't quite work because there's some weirdness. I'm not really sure how to explain it. Light font is lost in the background. What font? Huh? Oh, is there a problem with a different OS type with the light version? Interesting. I'll take a look at that and maybe update that. Don't worry. Send me a screenshot with the bug reporter. Yeah, I think the bug reporter should work fine with that. It should be linking to the same form. So if you try to move things like through nested labels, then there will be problems with that. But generally, if you keep things in and out of nested labels, like if things are moving within nested labels, that's fine. And if things are moving outside of a label, that's okay too. But if things are trying to move in and out and around and through, it kind of messes up numbers and everything. But besides that, it should be okay. Like you can select multiple of them and move things up and down really easily to just move things throughout the controls list. Like, in fact, let's go ahead and bring in some other things, some actual controls from a macro, from this macro, so we can actually see examples of things as people ask. So we'll do play macro. This. So like if we move controls up and down through here, we can do up and it moves fine through that. But if we were to try to move like this entire nest up above this, there might be some problems with numbers and it might confuse the order of things. So just be careful of that. There also possibly is going to be issues when you remove things that may have an issue with numbering. I don't know if that's been solved yet. I'm going to take a look at that possibly if I need to. So that may still be an issue I have to fix. So just to let you know, that also could cause problems. But if you select things just right, it shouldn't have too many issues. This will all be fixed. Don't worry. I feel bad for releasing a partially incomplete product, but it is just one person. And it is a fairly big project. And I'm really proud of how it is so far. And I like how it's functional and everything's working as it should. Just occasional quirks may get in your way as you're trying to put certain things together. And I apologize for that. But those quirks should be fixed in the near future. Can you have multiple text? You can have multiple text on a node. Let's go ahead and do that in another comp real quick. So groups, so controls have like groups and whatnot, and groups can get confused in the in Fusion, I guess. Sometimes it can be a little bit confused, but we can, I also made a controls node real quick. Sorry, I'm really tired and distracted. So if we go and do shift spit, nope. If we go and do shift M, because I have resolve essentials to quickly bring up my thing, because I have it as a hotkey, which resolve essentials you can get from Reactor, and it just brings up the hotkey manager in Fusion really quickly. But we can add in multiple controls, and we can also search in these menus. So if we just type in text, we can bring it straight down to the text tab, and we can just drag all of these controls and quickly add them all at once. And we can then just quickly up here add a separator line that will add a visual separation line right there, as you can see. And we can add another text node. We can just really get rid of one letter and add it back. Add the same controls. Bulk add those so we can see font and style are going to be groups. And then these colors are also going to be groups, and we have 2 sets of those. If we come into here and just do text test, we can come up here and do quick save to the clipboard. We can say it's saved. It gives us a little countdown when it's about to close. Let's go ahead and delete all these. And let's paste this. We can see we have 2 sets of text controls. And if we add this in here, text 2. I don't have position controls, but we can see this controls one of the texts, and this controls the other text. And so does this font. And then so does this font. Pretty cool. Pretty easy and pretty fast. Anything else y'all want to see? I know things are not great because I'm very laggy, but hopefully you guys are seeing things fast enough. I'll probably be ending off soon, so you guys can go back to your break before we're back at ResolveCon. I hope you guys have been having a great day so far, and I hope if you guys check out that tool, I hope you guys are enjoying it. And feel free to get the free version if you guys just want to check it out. Light is fully free. It just makes it easy for you to see if it's good for you before you actually get the full one. But that is going to be almost it for me. If there's anything else from you guys, let me know. I'd love to answer any questions. Even with bugs, I'm sure it's more intuitive than the built-in one. Fair. Yes. Yeah, the built-in one is just kind of checkboxes. Now, to be fair to them, it was made a while ago and they haven't really had a huge need to update it. It has been asked for quite a long time, but I mean, financially, there's not a huge incentive to. So it is fair enough that they haven't needed to put a huge push on it. So relying on somebody from the community also sort of makes sense because they may not just have the time to. How is atoms and adding things to reactor? What is that process like? Yes, let me go and show that off too. You can add things into reactor, or make an atom from things and add them into reactor. So let me go ahead and ungroup all these while I have the nodes back, just so it's easy. And let me open this up. So if we want to make this into a reactor atom, because of course you would, this is an amazing tool. Why wouldn't you? We can come on up here and export, instead of exporting macro as, which I show off in the video from earlier today, we can do export macro for reactor, and this will open up this big window here. By default, it's going to bring in your computer's username, so it'll just bring in whatever name you have set, on your computer. I said that already. And then this will just bring it in from your macro name here, and you can choose what type of macro it is. If it's a fusion macro, this is going to export both for searching in the shift space menu, and it's going to put it into the effects panel up here in the top left of the fusion. And then we can also go into the edit macro, and this is going to bring in all of the controls for edit page stuff, so transitions, titles, generators, that stuff. You can also put in an optional pack name for this. So if you have your company name, and then you can make a pack name for like how Mr. Alex Tech has his Magic Animate suite, or his magic suite. What's it termed? What's it called? Sorry, I haven't looked at it in a second. But his magic suite. And you can also put in a version number. The date autofills with today's date, but if you need to change this, feel free. You can put in an optional donation link and an optional donation amount that they can choose. Both of those are fully optional. You don't have to give those if you don't want to, and it can be fully free. And then you can also choose a place to save the atoms to. You just choose the main folder. So we come into here, it's going to be in my documents, and then it's going to be in Davinci Reactor Atoms, and this is the folder I choose. And then it's going to make a folder for atom or com dot your company or author name, and then the tool name, and then it's going to make a folder for that. You can also choose a thumbnail for your macro from this right here. Just choose browse, choose your thumbnail, open up that real quick. If you have any loaders in your comp, like if you have any images that are animating that you want to be added for the user to permanently have, whether it be something to add a texture or something that the user can replace and it's just like a placeholder, you can just export your loaders. It's going to take those images from the places that they're saved, copy them into the same folder structure you're making for this DRFX sort of structure, and then it's going to store inside the loader files, or inside the loader nodes, sorry, that is the new location of it. It's just going to say, hey, look next to the settings file for this image, just how you would do normally when you're setting this up for like a DRFX. You can also export a README file if you don't know what to do with the folders after they're exported, because this can't export DRFXs or anything like that. Plus, if you don't know how to do anything with atoms, then it will explain that also for you real quick there with links and everything with pictures to show you for examples. And you can also save all of these starred options over here really easily for the next time you open it. And this will also be checked automatically. You can always uncheck it. And I think it will just default to everything being erased, but I don't remember. That may change in the future. Functionality of things may change as time goes on. Just give me your suggestions and feedback as well. Welcome, Justin. How's it going? And then we can also set up a description for this tool, because in Reactor, if we open this up, scripts down here, we come down here to Reactor, open Reactor, wait for it to reload new things. Hey, Andrew posted a new thing on Reactor. That's cool. We can see if we click on something like Anim Utility, my other animation tool that has things with no keyframes for Fusion, similar to Magic Animate, but you can control any control on a node. But you can watch those videos on my channel another time if you want to. But we can see it has a nice description in here. We can see it has a nice title. But different people do it different ways. So if you want to have a title in here, you can, and everything. You can put in bullet points, links, and then all of this is something else that happens on Reactor's end. So this is where the actual description ends of the person, what they made, or of what the person made. We can come back over here and we can see I automatically fill in a title field, so that you can have a title that is just the name of your macro. But you can also remove this if you don't want a title up here. I'm going to keep it because I like the title being up there. It helps signify everything and like what it is. If you're, I guess it helps make it look good. I don't know. And then you can fill this in with a bunch of HTML. We can click these and it will fill in the presets of what things need to be in. We can put for this an ordered list. We can put things into here. So we can say hello num1, and that makes a list 1. And then we can copy this li, or we can just press li up here to make a new list item. Copy this that we just made, paste it in here. It doesn't have to be aligned, but we can always do a tab to make it aligned just right. And we can just say hello num2, and there we go. There's a numbered list, and we can just keep that going all the way down. And we can do that same thing for an unordered list. And then we have a bunch of other things like a table. You can italicize things, center things, bold things, and a bunch of other HTML things like a link and a color and a block quotes pre-formatted, which means you can put enters and things without having to do different paragraphs. So it's really easy to type out simple sentences and paragraphs super easily. And that is just about it for that. But you can also, if you're using any fuses in your thing, whether it be a node or a words or a modifier, you can put in the ID of that fuse, which if you come up here to Reactor again, I should have kept it open. And we open Reactor now, wait for it to load again. We can find those if we come over here to my tool. The ID of the tool is in the very far of all the columns, and it just is like com dot and then the author name and then the tool name, and that's what you want to put down here. So we just want to like copy it from up there and put it down here. Pretty easy to find that stuff. I think that's just about it. Are there any other questions about that? And as you save that, I'll make a whole video explaining Reactor atoms and uploading those to the forum for Reactor. There's also explanation in the README file, so if you don't know how to do that yet, you can also look at that for a quick, brief explanation. But I will be making a whole video going over that as well, but in the near future. Any other questions for that, or should I go ahead and let you guys get back to waiting for ResolveCon? I know how much you guys are super excited to get back to learn about new things. Who's up next? I haven't looked at who's up next yet. Let me take a look at that. Jason. Oh, Jason's up next. Oh, heck yeah, dude. I'm super excited for Jason then. Yeah, the audio guy, Jason. Sorry, the delay is really bad. I don't know why. I think there was a setting I didn't check right. I don't know why I didn't set it right or how I missed it or what. So I'm seeing your messages way after because my video is super, super delayed. I don't know why. That's also why I'm somewhat of a mess. It makes me feel weird. Yes, this will put all the files into the right places. It basically formats it so you can make it zip. You can turn it into a zip folder, and then you can upload the zip folder and the Atom folder or the Atom file, sorry, to the Reactor forum. Submit that with details about how to use it, and then Second Man, the admin on the forum, will then give you stuff you need to change, stuff you need to add to the description, stuff like that. Or he'll just say, good to go, add it to Reactor, check it out, make sure it's good, and things will be good. Yeah, tell us, are you excited or not? Or tell us who you're not excited for. Who tell you who I'm not excited for. I'm not really not excited for anybody. I think everybody has good picks. There's people I don't know, so I'm curious to see like what they teach in like their teaching style because I have not heard of them before. But I'm not like not excited for anybody. I feel like ResolveCon's definitely made for like beginners, but I'm like not in beginner territory anymore, so I don't have as much benefit from ResolveCon, but I love supporting it. And everybody involved is fantastic. Nice answer. Yeah, you know what? I will go ahead and let you guys get back to ResolveCon unless anybody has any last minute questions that they want to ask about how to use it or any other features or any suggestions based off what they've seen or questions about anything they've seen. Oh, I will quickly, I guess, append this to it. You're able to also make this really small, and you can just do this button right here. If you hover over it, you can see what it's called. Maybe you can't see because it's a little small. It is streaming. Hello, how's it going, Justin? Both the Justins, actually. AsherCon's hilarious. But this button right here will shrink the window, allowing you to make it much smaller and just grab this and move it around. So if you have a smaller monitor, this is perfect to just get it out of your way really fast. Or if you want to, you can also minimize it and it just snaps it down to the bottom right down here. You can always bring it back up if you want to. But this is always a good option as well. It was suggested from somebody on the We Suck Less forum, so that's why it's there. But I think it's pretty cool too. Yeah. Anything else? It is streaming, Justin. It's just very delayed. That's why. That's why it may not seem like it's streaming. I don't know why the delay is so bad. But I think that is going to be it from me. Hope everybody will enjoy ResolveCon. Enjoy Justin teaching all about his audio stuff. It's super cool. And I hope you guys check out more about the new macro creator. I will also be... I did... Sorry, my throat is itching really bad. Hold on. I showed off buttons earlier. It's really easy, but let me go and show it off again real quick. You're about to come up here, add button, and you can just come up here, put in a name for it. So we'll just call it buttons. And we'll put in a width. We can make this 0 to 1, or if we leave this nothing, it'll just default to 1. And we can put in our code here. It's a nice big text box for you to put in whatever you want. But if you also look, it also formats it for you. Or it doesn't format it for you, sorry. It formats it with colors so it's easy to see what's going on. So we can just say, hello world, exclamation point, happy face. And then we can add it real quick and it adds it there. We can go up here to workspace console. If we print this, we can say, we can see it says, hello world. Pretty cool stuff. We can also come up here, go up here to checkbox. Then we can just put in a name for this. We can just say check, sure. We can put in a width for this as well. We will keep this blank, so it will default to 1. And we can also see if it's going to be a tri-state or if it's going to be just a dual state, so it'll just go from on and off. Tri-state has that middle one where it's like a box between the check and the off. So if we just keep it off there, we can add that checkbox. And we can see we even have a checkbox right there, easy for us to set expressions up with and all that kind of stuff. Super quick and easy. In the future, I'm also planning on adding like multi-button controls and drop-down menus, and I'll be able to make that super easy in the near future. But once again, I'm still updating this. Things are going to be worked on, updated, and fixed as time goes on in the next few months. So don't worry, this is not done just yet. Things may be a little quirky at night, FNAF reference if you know what that is. But yes, everything is really, really cool. What else you guys got? Let me show off the expression editor really, really quickly. I keep thinking of things that I need to show off that I think are actually different and unique. So when you have expressions in here, or if you have things you want to add expressions to, so actually, let me show this off really easily. Let's get a label in here and let's add an expression to this. So we'll just say expression label. Do you know if it is possible to program handles and control points in the viewer windows? Are you meaning like for a curve editor, perchance? Not with this type of scripting, but possibly with workflow integrations, because that uses HTML. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. So we can just say this is an expression label. We can also add HTML to labels as well really easily. But we can just make this hide and show one control. I teach more about labels in the tutorial video from earlier today. If you want to check that out, down in the description. I lost my breath. Add that real quick. And we can see we have our label right here. If we toggle this on and off, we can see that works really nicely. We can also come up here and edit expressions. And when you load this in for the first time, by default, you'll actually not have this checkbox checked. So if we uncheck this, you'll see what you see by default. We get to see all of the controls, all of the nodes that have controls on them, and we can see everything on the macro as well. And we can see we have the ability to expression things that don't have expressions on them already. So if we select the label and we want to set the expression on this, we can set this to self, because this is calling to the same node that this label is on. Self dot, you can just say expression. And if we look at it over here, I know I spelled that wrong. We can see there's no underscore or anything. It's just all one word. Let me make sure I spelled this right. Expression label, just like this, all one word. And if we update control, make sure that you click it good. Oh no, is it not working all of a sudden? Oh no. Oh no, what's happening? There's no errors being happening, or there's no errors being called. It's just not doing it. Okay, this will be fixed. Don't worry. This is weird. This was working before. Why? Okay, don't worry. This will be fixed in the near future. This is just a weird quirk that happens occasionally. Sometimes things are just funky. I fix one thing and everything falls apart. But this will be fixed shortly. Don't worry. I'm sorry. That was gonna be really cool and everything. I was gonna show you how to like expression this. And I was gonna control it with the checkbox, and it's gonna be really cool. But you can do that really easily. I just need to fix that one simple thing. But after you press update, it'll add that expression to here, and then it'll reload all the controls to show you the new expression on that control. But it broke because things go wrong. Things have to go wrong now that you're here. Ah, yes. Hello, no name. Or should I use the name you're using here? Which I don't even exactly know how to pronounce that. Excrete. I don't know how to say that, or if I'm even going to say an appropriate word. Okay. It is just about time for ResolveCon to kick back up, so I'm going to leave you guys to go back and check out ResolveCon. Jason's about to teach you guys some cool stuff about audio and editing audio and doing cool stuff. So check that out. But also, if you haven't yet check out the description for the two links to get the Pro and the free version of the new macro creator for Davinci Resolve. You can also check out the homepage for it, which also has stuff about the support plan, because you're also able to join a support plan pro community where you're able to join other macro creators just like myself and you. where you're able to collaborate, talk about projects, share your own work, and you have your own access to a Discord. We also have access to group meetings and one-on-one meetings, where we'll also have a database of all those meetings stored on Notion with AI summaries and videos of those meetings. So super cool stuff. If you want to check that out, it's $50 a month because you get a whole lot with this, and it's really, really cool. Check that out down below. Also check out the tool, check out ResolveCon, and I will see you guys next time, and also in the live chat of ResolveCon. So see ya. Y'all have a great time. I will answer some questions really quick though. Hold on. Is it possible to run a script in the spline editor and save custom easings? You are. Someone has already done that. Look up Easy Ease, I believe is what it's called. Peach has a video on that. Check that out. I do know a bunch of stuff. I do a bunch of videos and stuff. Check out the Discord in my description, Jojo, if you want to check out more stuff. Or Jogo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. Check out the Discord link, because we do a bunch of really cool stuff over there on my Discord as well. But yes, go ahead and check out ResolveCon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!